So this is the intro. Oh, hang on a minute.
No, it's not the intro. Normally you'll see Giles do the intro. Today, we normally see Giles at New Farm. We're today at Popham. The usual crew, the usual lot. And guess what? I mentioned the secret word. Remember the secret word, you'll get one of these. Correct?
It's a bit late because they won't be at Popham. Can I have my camera back?
No.
Thanks, Damo. So Damo, if you haven't seen the video where I go up in a hopper, it was Damo that was hanging on to me with one bit of string. Anyway, welcome to the video. We're at Popham. This is the Friday evening. What are you doing in the background?
Nothing, honest.
Aircraft are arriving here, the Exodus lot are here, Flylight are here, loads of other trade stalls down there. Just catching up with friends at the moment. So hopefully tomorrow I'll show you more about the stands.
And Airmasters.
And Mark and Michelle from MicroAviation will be here as well, Micro Maintenance. Anyway, so I will give you a little bit of a flavour of what's going on here. There will be aircraft flying around, but this video is going to be more about the people and the stand. So hopefully you'll be able to spot yourself if you're in the crowd here at Popham for when this video comes out. Right, good morning everyone, quick walk around. Had lovely good fun with friends last night. You probably saw the silly intro with Damien and Kath. Anyway, aircraft are starting to peel in now. It's early, car park's starting to fill up, and basically aircraft are filling. They're doing it differently this year, so there's the main flight line behind me with the tent, and they're actually putting aircraft over this side, and seems to be working very smoothly. A torrent of marshallers who are putting aircraft where they need to be, but it's good to be able to see it this side and get easy access. What are we doing?
Morning,
he's
Giles.
back in.
Good morning everyone.
Oh, leave me alone. I can't do an intro in peace. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully throughout the video I'll do lots of chats with people and many of the people in their stalls and the aircraft that are here, and hopefully throughout this I'll be showing you some of the aircraft and stalls and going back and chatting with them throughout the day. Hopefully it's just a bit of a flavour of what's going on here. So not much on the flying side from my perspective, but just giving you a flavour of what's going on here at Popham. So those who've been around microlighting for only a couple of years may have seen who's behind me, Mr. Paul Dewhurst of Flylight fame and everything to do with 3-axis. So what's new in your world?
What have we got? We've got, for the first time, we're showing this aeroplane with great big tyres.
Yeah.
It's something that we sell for export a bit, and we've been asked a lot in the UK, but up till now we haven't been able to do it because it's made the aeroplane too heavy.
Yeah.
But with the advent of 600 kilos, we kind of lost that excuse, so we've had to do something really.
Yeah.
So
a new nose leg.
Yeah, it's a new bigger nose leg to accommodate the tyre, and the main wheel has got some different spaces and things. Yeah, we're just kind of trialling it at the moment, and then we'll finish off the certification when we've bottomed out exactly what tyre pressures we need and everything, because it all feeds into the calculations and stuff we need for the certification. But
has there been, apart from those, are there any other major points that have changed for the aircraft?
Yeah, we're working on lots of different things really. So next on the list after the big kind of bush tyre option is wing tanks, because again we're 600 kilos, suddenly we got a load of payload, so what do we do with it? And the obvious thing is to put more fuel in the aeroplane. At the moment the fuel tanks are behind the seats, and if we just make the tanks bigger there, then of course it moves the centre of gravity, and particularly if you've got one with a parachute in it, it can push it out of RCG. So the obvious place is to put fuel in the wings. So luckily the Australians beat us to it, and they've made wing tanks for their Ninjas, so we've copied their design with a few tweaks for Section S, and we're working on approving that, so then we'll be able to carry about 120 litres of fuel.
Wow.
Yeah, which is more than enough to fly a whole day without having to worry about picking up fuel. So it's stuff like that. We're working on a couple of other engine options. We've got a UL power engine going in one, and we're looking at clearing the 912 IS engine in one as well as a factory option. So lots of that kind of stuff really to keep us out of mischief. And we've recently, if you look at this one here, the Swift. We've recently cleared that just in the last month to 600 kilos as well.
Right.
Yeah, and that then opens up the possibility of an upgrade path for earlier Sky Rangers. It's now possible, albeit required a few mods for them to go all the way up to 600 kilos as well.
I think the limiting factor of 600 is the bladder normally, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, this aeroplane weighs about 270 something kilos, so we got nearly 330 kilos of payload. So
wow.
Suddenly we've gone from microlighting being very difficult if you wanted to put 2 people in a 3-axis one to carry any fuel at all, to you can be as fat as you like if you can fit in it. You can have full fuel, full baggage, and still be nowhere near 600 kilos.
Wow.
So it's changed the game quite a bit, really.
So when I said what's new, lots.
Well, some stuff. I mean, it's all been a bit of a continuum, so people have kind of seen it coming, but now it's there.
It's
and
becoming
happening,
formal.
and we're going on the next stuff, really.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time, Paul.
You're welcome. Cool.
Here we have Rob Grimwood. Well, I spoke to you last year. John, let's talk about the Deltajet, shall we?
Okay. Whatever you want.
So, how is it doing at the minute?
Thanks very much.
You try and do a vlog and people interrupt you.
Sorry, it was hard enough putting up with you when you were paying me. Now you're not.
Oh, the grief I get, but anyway. John.
We'll let you. Thanks very much.
Yeah. So now we've got rid of Rob.
Okay.
I spoke to him last year about the
Right.
Deltajet. So how's it going?
It's going very well, actually. So I think at this point last year we got a couple of orders actually fulfilled.
Yeah.
And we had a couple in the bag. But in the last year we've got that total up to 20. And of those...
In a year?
In a year.
Wow.
And we've supplied 10 of them, and we've got 4 more in build in the factory. So it's going well.
There's a lot of colours.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? I mean, why wouldn't you want bright colours? Why wouldn't you want blue trikes and orange trikes and, fantastic colours?
But you don't just do standard colours, do you?
No, we'll do any colour that you want. So we've got something called a RAL colour book, and if you choose the RAL colour, we'll paint it that colour.
Yeah.
And then you just have to design your own wing to match.
And are they still mainly within the UK?
The tails?
Yeah.
Yes, we've had an approach from Australia, we've had another approach from Canada, but our main focus is to get orders fulfilled in the UK. We've got plenty of work to do for the remainder of this year.
People have seen the Apollo version of the Deltajet.
Yeah.
What sets yours apart from the Apollo setup?
Okay, well the Apollo's a great aeroplane in its own right, and it's specified to Hungarian conditions. What we did with this one was we made a number of changes to make sure it went through Section S, and we also at the same time upgraded it to 499 all at weight. We increased the weight capacity of the seat, so we had a look at the seat and made some small changes there. We changed the chassis to get the loading up. And we combined it with an Aeros wing, which they don't combine it with in Hungary.
Right. Okay. And that performance of the Aeros wing?
Gorgeous. Well, I would say that, wouldn't I? It's a topless, but it's a very light handling topless wing. So it's lovely in roll, lovely in pitch. You've flown it, you know that yourself. Yeah. So it's got the performance that you'd expect for a topless wing. It's got a fantastic hands-off trim range, but it's nice and easy and light to work with. So it's a bit like a GT40 in handling, but it flies more like people would be used to the GTR in terms of speed range.
Speed with handling.
Yeah.
And that's the magical combination, isn't
It's fantastic. It's a delight to fly.
So, how's the BMW engine? Because I'm sure a lot of people are going to be asking, and I've seen you've got 2 BMWs here. Rob's just about to go off on the white one with the BMW in the back.
Well, the white was our prototype. It's been rebuilt now to UK specifications, and the red one on the stand is a customer. So that was the first customer supplied BMW that we made,
right? And
it's on the stand just to show it off. It's going really well. So of the sales that we've got, the majority are now BMW sales. So we've got some ROTAX 912S's out there. We've got about 6 orders for those, but the BMW is going really well.
So I can edit that out. bloody things. So of the two, is the BMW becoming the more popular?
Yes, and I think there's good reasons for that. We've had, since we started alone, we've had a couple of price rises on ROTAX, and it's a nice motor. It's very well known, but there's a fairly big price saving if you go for the BMW. And in terms of performance, we've flown them side by side. We flew them last year at the Flexwing Revival side by side. In terms of sheer outright performance, climb rate and anything else, they're the equal of each other.
So John, thank you very much for that, and I will leave you to the rest of the show.
Thank you very much.
So hi everyone, and those that know me know I'm very passionate about my Flylight PeaBee2. Ben, it's all your fault. Actually, it's all Ian's fault. If I talk about Ian White, who got me into flying the PeaBee, it's that gentleman. It's that gentleman over there. So anyway, Ben, what's new in your world?
I've got an origami kayak.
You've got an origami kayak.
I've got an origami kayak called an Oru Coast XT.
Yeah. So,
nothing to do with flying.
But behind you is a Cosmos, isn't it? What?
Oh God! Sorry.
So you've been developing the PeaBee as far as you can take it, haven't you? To some extent?
No, the PeaBee, there's no limit to how far you can develop any of these things.
Just your imagination?
Well, not necessarily my imagination. Anybody else can sort of put in a request what they might want to see and so forth. Whether we pay any attention to them or not is a different thing. But at the moment, with the size of the market, it's at a stable point. But as you can see, we have fitted the Cosmos 300, the Vitarazi Cosmos 300.
Which definitely makes it SSDR.
Which, yes, it brings it out to the sub-70 category. But there's been one or two little videos on social media now with the Aeros's latest wing, which is a 9 square metre wing, which we're developing and testing as we speak, and that hopefully will be available later on in the year, and we will be looking at a larger engine to power it, so hence we got the Cosmos 300. It might even be an even more powerful engine, but that side you're
not releasing any facts or figures about the wing at the moment, are you?
Other than it's 9 square metres. It goes blisteringly fast, and it also goes very slow as well. Too heavy for sub-70, and too fast for sub-70. But we've not given the SSDR market a huge amount of attention while we've been so busy with sub-70. So it's time to sort of have a look at that and develop new products.
So effectively, you're carrying on producing the line that you've got, but also you are looking to the SSDR market.
The Adam and the PeaBee2 will still be going. They are both available with the Cosmos engine or larger engines if you wish to SSDR them. But if you want to remain sub-70, keeping life simple, then we're still focused on that. It's still our biggest selling product.
Brilliant. Well, I can't wait to see what this 9 square metre beast ends up like, and I'm sure there's some names on the list already. But Ben, thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you around the bazaars. So we're on another sub-70 stall, an SSDR stall. Now last year I interviewed Mars for Fun Flying, but it was a horrible, dreary day a year ago.
It must have been on the Sunday.
It must have been on the Sunday when we spoke. Now today it's clearly very bright everyone's putting the sun cream on.
Yeah.
What's happened in a year for you?
Well, we've had quite an exciting year actually, because you know, we're growing the business. We're bringing some new things in. In fact, this year we're launching a couple of new additions to the Snake. We've got a new strobe kit that's going to be available very shortly. We've got an expanded tank, so now we can go up to 15 liters on the tank.
Nice.
And we've got we're launching a hand throttle. So the Snake was typically just a foot throttle before. Now you can set the hand throttle and just cruise very comfortably.
I'm a big fan of a hand throttle.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, yeah. So
the design's been taken forward.
So
then.
the design's being taken forward, and yeah, we're looking forward to. We were hoping to show them, but as you can expect, things got stuck in customs.
Oh no!
And so we weren't able to show them this year, but we will have them available. They are available for people if they want to order them. We have pricing and everything. So.
And you're still based in Bicester?
We're still just outside of Bicester, Pear Tree Farm. We're on Sky Demon, so if anybody wants to come and fly in,
I'll leave a link here, wherever the camera's going, and I'll leave a snapshot of where the map is so people know how to find you.
That's great.
But no, thank you very much.
Thank
a year
you.
on and things are moving forward.
Things are moving forward, yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You can't run away. You can't run away. Oh, come on. Yeah. So, also, the great thing about these shows is you get to meet up with friends, and every year, Jim either brings me cakes or biscuits. So, no more cakes or biscuits next year.
Yes, boss. Oh, come on. You're boring.
Anyway, so there are new sub-70 machines on the market, and here we have Microlight Aviation.
MicroAviation Fly.
MicroAviation Fly. It says Microlight Aviation on your
Yes.
cap.
The Trike is
the Trike, the Fly. Okay. So how did the design come about for this?
my brother wanted to get me back into flying again.
And your brother's over there.
And my brother over there, Nigel. And I used to do microlighting and competition flying. And I said, look, the only reason I'll get back into it is if we build our own trucks. And that's basically where it started.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so is there any unique features on this aircraft?
We use a lot of carbon fibre. We've got a carbon fibre throttle housing, hand throttle housing, carbon fibre fenders, drag struts, are all carbon fibre.
Yeah.
And basically we'll use any wing that the customer wants and any engine the customer wants.
Yeah. So
basically we are building the Trike itself.
Yeah. So I'll put in some clips on the video of the sort of features of the aircraft. But is there any feature that you particularly like of the aircraft?
I like the ease of flying it.
Yeah. But any one unique feature of the aircraft that you like? There's one thing you go.
Yeah, the carbon fibre hand throttle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is your first year at Popham as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Visited 3 years ago, and then COVID hit, which put everybody out of it. And this is the first time we've been working on the Trike for 2 years now.
Yeah.
And
you like carbon fibre, don't you? And CNCing things.
Yes, that's right. We have our own tool shop at home as well. So we CNC and turn and do all the carbon fibre work ourselves.
Yeah. Okay. Alex, thank you very much for your time. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much, Charles.
So we are running a few minutes over because that old wing back keep fitting wouldn't shut up. Uh-oh, that's on Giles' camera. Hello everybody.
So we've just come out of the awards ceremony, and I'm stood by Andy Oliver, who some may recognise from a previous video with the Flexwing Renaissance at Darley Moor.
Yeah.
And you've done much encouragement of trying to get basically Flexwing parts to go on adventures, and that's basically what you got your award for today. But what's happening this year? What's happening in your calendar for the Flexwing adventurers?
Thanks. We've got going.
You've got going.
And we closed the membership in September after Darley Moor. We've got 46 members.
Yeah.
And we've got underway. There was a August bank holiday event up on beach flying, which we reported in Microlight Flyer.
Yeah.
And the program that we've got coming up next weekend, we're going to do something we're calling the Barbo. This is the 100th anniversary of a specific important crossing back and forth across the channel in an aircraft of under 1.5 litres, which was a big step forward. We're taking it as the introduction to general aviation. So we're doing that next weekend with some French participation. Then we've got the Flexwing fly-in in July the 15th. This year it's at Deanthorpe. And then immediately after that, 14 of us are going to be setting off for the week-long Euro tour, which is an introduction to touring in Europe for relative novices, although some experienced pilots there. So, and we're going to end up on a Danish island at midweek. We got a group coming out from Poland to join us and meet us there, fly with us for a bit, and I think we'll have another couple of pilots from Germany who come up and join us. So that the international thing is becoming important. 2 August bank holiday events, one again the Scottish Islands and Beaches, and that's with Phil Evans out of St Michael's, and then Graham Skinner from Bodmin Moor, Davistow, is going to do one round the West Country and off to Tresco and back again. The only main thing we've got going this year is opening up for membership again from Darley Moor to the end of September. We'll take the new intake and then we'll start planning out the next programme.
It sounds like you've got a very, very big year ahead in terms of adventure.
Well, compared to something like this, or Keith Nagel, who founded the trophy, you know, that Blériot thing, I don't know if you were there, but that was a big event. Small start, but trying to get more people doing their own activity regionally, and I'm very encouraged. And we've got a great clothing line and t-shirt, and things are building well. Very pleased.
It sounds like you've taken leaps forward from last year, and the mentorship and encouraging other pilots to basically go forward.
This coming weekend will be a mentorship, but particularly getting into Europe and back again, which puts some people off, flying over water. We had that great discussion about and the resulting article about ditching in a Flexwing, which I think of all the things I've written, that it probably for me the most important to actually really work through it. So it's spreading, and we're looking forward to welcoming people who are interested in joining us.
Very much
season.
Like your feet aren't going to touch the ground this year.
Great, that's as it should be.
Brilliant. Cheers, Andy. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
So this pretty much wraps up the video. I say it was great to catch up with so many friends, so many of the traders and manufacturers at Popham. So this video was more about the people at Popham rather than the aircraft and what developments are happening across the piece. But you may have noticed that there was a lot more Flexwing aircraft at Popham this year, which is great to see. Me, I say, with a passion for Flexwing flying now, and especially what Andy Oliver was talking about with the Flexwing adventurers and where they're actually taking Flexwing flying. So this pretty much wraps up this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned and I will see you in the next video. Until next time, everybody, fly safe.